Okay, so what's up guys? Yeah, welcome to this very video where I'll be showing you how to land gigs from Fiverr's Buyer's Request. Okay, so if you scroll down here, you will see that this is a buyer's request. These are screenshots. I made it in picture format just so that I can be able to blur out the buyers names, so for their own privacy sake. Okay, so if you see here, this is a screenshot from a buyer's request I sent. This is my request I sent. Then this is the request from the buyer. Okay, and you can see the name, the end, like the bakery at the end. Okay, I was able to land this particular gig from buyer's request. Okay, this is from few years back. Okay, then this is another buyer. There are so many of them, but I just chose these two for the purpose of this video. Sorry. Okay, so this is another one. Okay, as you can see, this person, okay, this is the request the buyer posted, this is the request I sent, and this is the order I landed. Okay, the gig I landed. All right, so if you pay close attention, I'm going to show you how to land gigs, the steps by step on how to land gigs direct from buyer's request, most especially if you're a new seller. But before we get started, please, I want to give a shout out to Word of Funny Things. Word of Funny Things has been engaging with my content. I appreciate your support always. So let's get started right now. Okay, so I made a list, okay, from number 1 to 6. Okay, the salient things, the important things that your buyer's request needs to contain, before you can be able to land gigs from buyer's request. Okay, so let's start with number 1. Number 1 is read the request. Okay, so if you get a request, on Fiverr Buyer's Request, there are so many requests there, like thousands and hundreds of them per day. Okay, you only get to send only 10 per day. Okay, so I will advise you, read the request. Don't just send a template made buyer's request, no offer. No, please don't do that. Read the request. If you scroll down here, you see that this particular, the buyer's request of my customer. Okay, I read every line, like I'm looking for someone who will update my website, blah 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 blah. I read everything. Okay, no, let me use this. Okay, this bakery. Okay, I read everything. I read all the requests. Okay, this person needs a bakery, a website, for his bakery business, social media campaign, banner, and search engine work. Okay, so I read it, and if you read my reply by the left hand side, it says, "Hello, I'm happy to see your request. How can I help you to achieve this?" Okay, going on and going on and on and on and on. Okay, so although I didn't mention the bakery, but there are some elements here that landed me this gig. Okay, there are some elements that landed me this gig, but I want you to make sure that you read the request. Don't just send a custom made template, okay, and just construct it and send it to the buyer randomly. No, please don't do that. Then the second one we have here is craft a personal offer. Okay, a personal offer is, okay, you have read this buyer's request, you have read the buyer's request. Okay, then what do you have to say about it? Sell yourself to this buyer. That is the offer. Craft a personal offer. Okay, so this person said he wants a bakery website. So in your offer, make sure that you include, I will build a bakery website, so that the person knows that you actually read their buyer's request. Okay, after you do that, you go on and mention, okay, I don't know much about social media campaigns, okay, but about search engine optimization, I will do on page SEO, something like that. Talk about what that person is like. Clear the person doubts. Don't give the person any reason to ever doubt that you are the one worthy to be hired for this job. Okay, so make sure that you craft the personal offer as regards to the buyer's request that the buyer posted. All right, so then moving on to the third one is mention key points in your offer. Key points is the thing I just mentioned. If your buyer stated that they need 20 requirements, please include it in your offer. Make them know that you actually read this, you took time to read their request. Okay, make sure you include every key point inside there, what they mentioned. If they're talking about that they need a book, like the ebook cover is not up to standard, talk about it in your offer. All right, Okay, so moving on to the fourth one, include your previous work. Let me show you. If you look at this my this thing, what's it called, this my offer I crafted, you see that I left samples, isn't it? On the samples you see my website, my previous works I have done in the past. Okay, the same thing here. If you look here, you see that my samples speaks for me. Okay, so what you include your previous work is people trust you more when they see what you have done in the past. Okay, you don't just tell me you can edit a video and I have not seen a video edit you have done in the past. No, now I can't hire you. I will still have doubts in my mind. Okay, so make sure in your buyer's request, in your offer you crafted to send to your buyers, make sure that you have your previous work listed so that the person goes through it and sees, okay, this is what you have done, your handwork is nice, let me go over and let me go on and hire you. Okay, please don't give them any doubt at all. Don't give them any doubt. Include your previous work. That's why I emphasize build your portfolio. If you don't have, please build it over the time, include it in your buyer's request, and surely it will ensure that you land a gig from buyer's request. Then number 5 is include your delivery time. Okay, if you watch down here, the buyer included, this is delivery time, 3 days, right? These he needs this work to be delivered in 3 days, right? Okay, so in my own offer, you see that I have 3 days here, right? Again, right? I included it. So if your buyer should say, okay, please, I want this done within 3 days, and you know this can be done in 3 days, and you went and put 7 days, no, the person is just going to scroll over, okay, and go to the next person that can do it in less time. All right, or unless you can't do it within that moment, that time, you can include it in your offer and say, okay, please, this work requires more time, please adjust your delivery time, that kind of stuff. Okay, so make sure that you state it clearly. That's why I said craft your offer to be personal to what the buyer posted. Okay, so then call to action. Okay, sorry, this one I want to also lay emphasis on include your delivery time and pricing. Okay, I just want to mention something. You see that this buyer had $58 here, right, as his budget. Okay, but I ended up doing 130 for this particular order. Why? I never, and see the offer I sent 150 in this offer. Okay, so that the order included, the buyer included $50 or $60 as their budget doesn't mean you have to put that as, you know, what you are charging for this job. No, some of them will go direct and order. If you just put it, maybe in your mind you are just thinking, okay, if I put low price like $10, the buyer will now come to my inbox, then will now negotiate price. No, most of them direct from the offer you sent on buyer's request, they order, and once they order and you can't do that job, cancellation comes in. Okay, so make sure that the price you are setting is what you actually charge for the job and what it is worth. Don't look at the budget. Okay, don't look at the budget. Charge for what you are worth. And when the buyer, a serious buyer, will look at, you know, your offer, what you have to offer, your previous job, and hire you. Okay, so I think I've gotten that out of the air. Then let's move on to the final one, which is the call to action. That's bonus and also bonus if any. Okay, so what I mean by call to action, okay, if you look at my request down here, you see that I included, do you have any question? Then ask me. Okay, this is a call to action. Then ask me. I want this buyer to message me. I know we have a lot because his budget was $58, right? But I wanted to raise it to $130. Okay, so I wanted him to message me so that we can talk further. So that's a call to action. So having answered all the questions, like cleared all the doubts in your offer that you are sending to the buyer, now you have to tell the buyer what next to do. Do they have to place an order or contact you? Please contact me. Let's discuss more further. I have solution for you. I have this and that for you. Okay, so give them a call to action. What next step do they take? Tell them so that they will know what to do. Okay, and as you can see, I told him, this person, do you have a question? Yes, he has a question. Then he sent me a message and I was able to discuss further. We raised the budget from 58 to 130 and we sealed the deal. Likewise, this one too, we had the same issue. We had the same, conversation, and he raised his budget up to $200. Okay, so make sure add call to action is very important. Okay, so then another one is bonus. If you have a bonus is more like a freebie. Okay, something to an incentive to tell them, okay, see, if you order from me, I will give you this. If you send me a message and we'll get to, land, if you give me this gig, if you give me opportunity to work with you, then I'll give you this in return. Okay, so bonus, it helps in your offer too. Okay, so in this particular buyer's request, I included that I give out free video bonus for anyone that orders my gig. The video bonus I mean is just a tutorial video on how to manage their website after I hand over to them. Okay, so it's something simple and doesn't take much work or time. Okay, and this will warrant, like, this will be a push for the buyer to further want to hire you. Okay, so make sure that you include it in the offer you craft in your buyer's request. It helps, it's a game changer, I must tell you. So make sure that these 6 things: read the request, craft a personal offer, mention key points in your offer, include your previous work, include your delivery time, call to action, bonus if any. So make sure that you have all the 6 elements, any of them, in your buyer's request, in the offer you're sending to your buyer in the buyer's request area of Fiverr. And trust me, you are going to land gigs if you continue consistently doing this and doing it the right way. All right, so having said that, I think I've done more justice to this video. If you have any question, I'll be free to, in the comment section, waiting to take your questions on this particular topic. So this is Tony here signing out, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye for now.